Welcome to Metal Gear Explain, and you're watching Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eaters cutscene. This is going to be spoilers between the middle of the game, but I just want to say that you might not see this anywhere because this is a pachinko machine off camera visual, so the graphics won't look great. But the reason I'm starting off with this is because I want to talk today about cutscenes and cinematics that we will end up seeing in the brand new Delta remake for the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. So it's a lot to get into, a lot to kind of absorb, and there's no sure shot yet. We're just speculating. I'm gonna pop up some kind of split screens here so you can see Delta's gameplay compared to the Phantom Pain up top, and then on the bottom left, just pictures, variations of this as well. And then on the bottom right is the pachinko, the one that we're looking at today and that we want to talk about a little bit and get into. So, the reason I want to bring this up is because this is an important conversation to have with the community. I want to help you guys understand why I'm excited. And we all know that Snake Eater is probably the biggest, most classic Metal Gear game in the series. People have their favorites, and that's fine. And I'm not here to start a debate in the comments, though. I would like to know, what is your favorites? The truth is, this one had a very standalone experience, very simple, straightforward story, some very heartbreaking, very touching moments, some very great plot twists. As we're watching one here, spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't played the game, you might not want to see some of this. You can't hear what's happening, but you can see. And the reason I'm talking about this is, look at the detail on Logan's face. Look at the detail in between Eva and the boss, right? She and her coming together. There's so many little nuances, even the hair flicking. This you couldn't get from the original game. Okay, the graphics, cinematics weren't as detailed as you could see in here, and you can see tears in certain situations. And I don't want to skip through too much. We're going to try and stay in some of this here without going too deep into it. But when you're watching the pachinko and you get to see extra details that you didn't see before, it really makes me excited of what could be. Okay, and again, this is not official footage of Delta at all. This is the pachinko off-camera visuals that we get to see Ocelot, Big Boss, Logan, Eva, and so much more. And I have the whole footage, so this is just one small part in the experience. But the point is, just imagine when Delta releases and there's all these cinematics and you get to relive it. And I was just replaying the classic original, and I teared up a little bit, as I usually do when the boss speaks, and she was saying something so powerful, and she always touches my heart with her storyline. But the principle is that it's such an incredible ride of a game, right? There's fun gameplay, innovative, creative, fun stuff, but then there's just the story that's just powerful. And I'm curious at what everybody feels or thinks about this when it comes to the possibilities and what we might be getting when it comes to the cinematics and we get that type of experience. And of course, we have some type of examples with the Phantom Pains cinematics, and that's more or less what we can expect when it comes to just visuals. But imagine it for Snake Eater, and the amounts of powerful experiences that we could end up getting in that game, in my opinion, can be spectacular. So you don't get to watch too many of the gameplay fights and all of the different aspects. We're not going to try not to spoil too much here. We're going to actually cut back on some of this and get into the regular gameplay stuff so you guys can see. And we'll just talk about this a little more. Now, here's the second topic, or the main core of this topic when it comes to graphics, right? It's not just for the visuals and cinematics, which is the most important, but for gameplay too. So you'll be more immersed in the jungle. We're sitting here with all the dirt on you, sitting here with, you know, the real looking leaves and foliage, things like leaves coming off your body as you get up. We see that in this footage on the bridge. It's small, minor details. I know it's like, okay, is that really a big deal? Yes, in my opinion. You can see right here as Snake goes to grab this guy, leaves are falling off his body because he just got up off the floor. And you seen the mud earlier in another clip, and it's just small things like this that are exciting in my opinion, and that will change this game's perspective once we get our hands on it. And then just imagine if it's your first time experiencing this story and it's your first time ever seeing what this game has to offer with all the cinematics and the emotional side touching your heart, and then on top of that just visually all of the very cool areas. And then for guys like myself who's played Snake Eater hundreds of times, you know, getting a different look and a different feel, whether it's the gameplay, as we see here, some comparison, being able to enhance it in a new way, the way they're doing can be very special. And then on top of that, the very interesting wildlife and that feature, as you can see right here, the frogs and all of this here visually can be very, very, very stimulating in a new way and special. So it makes me very excited. Somebody who's been playing this game endlessly, like literally endlessly. So super exciting stuff to say the least. And we're gonna take it back to the pachinko in a second here. I don't want to spoil too much, guys. I know that most people haven't played this fully, who probably watching, so apologies for some of the spoilers, but I hope y'all can appreciate the concept and just the thought that I wanted to share and see what everybody's opinions are when it comes to being able to get a new experience for it. I know when we seen this pachinko, by the way, this is the pachinko. When we seen this pachinko, it really excited the community, hoping for a remake, and we were very, very intense about that. Let's just say that word. And now it's possible, you know, that some of these type of things that we've seen here is officially going to be put out within the game as well. Just the better details, right? Extra little details, all of it. So super interesting and exciting, and I just want to know what you guys are thinking when it comes to the cinematics and the visuals. Am I wrong, which is perfectly fine, and you want to have the old school visuals, or do you want the new enhancements? What is the goal? Like, what is your personal perspectives? Please share down in the comments. Appreciate you guys so much lately for the love and support. We're going to keep on building from here. I just want to give you guys some perspective and some visuals and some excitement for the cinematic experience that might be coming when Snake Eater does release. We'll have coverage of everything as it goes right here on Metal Gear Explained. Go ahead and watch the next video. See you soon.